Christina Dandar. This is my Instagram account, the Potted Boxwood, and I'm launching a new series called Beyond the Curb, which is just going to take us beyond all the pretty exteriors I show on my Instagram, inside to see the real appeal of the design. And our first stop today is at Cynthia Collins' beautiful new home of Collins Interiors. She also owns Blueprint here in Dallas, and obviously has lots of potted boxwood and pretty blue and white. And here she is. There's no need to knock. Christina, how are you?
I'm so good.
Good to see you.
I'm glad
Hi.
you're here.
Who's this? Who's this?
That's Murphy.
Hi, Murphy.
Murphy's glad you're here.
Oh,
Come in.
Let's get in the air conditioner.
It's only 105.
Yeah, no big deal. Oh my goodness. This is just too much.
I love it.
Oh, it's like this is like a jewel box. I can't even get over it.
It is. It's a jewel box for me too. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying living in it and the space and the colors.
There's light. It's just cheerful and joyful.
It is.
It's the best way to describe
I love it. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, thank you. Wait, what is this? Is this a bar? Is it cocktail hour?
I know, right? Well, this sweet family that we bought it from, this was their coat closet, and this looked completely different, obviously. So we wanted this to be like a fun spot to enter and just have its own feel right when you walk in. So we got this really cute circular couch, which is all down, so it's always poofy.
I want to sit in it.
Then, yes, sit down.
Oh, it's always poofy. I love it. I know, this is great.
Okay, see, doesn't it?
It's just the most comfortable thing ever.
I know. So we got this comfy couch, and then we've wallpapered the whole bar. My hope is that it will last. So I put these square back tape escutcheons on there to kind of protect the wallpaper.
But this like right here?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm experimenting for future clients to see if I can get this to last. I didn't put any kind of a protectant on it.
Okay.
And so I guess I'm going to be the guinea pig and learn.
That's okay. It's worth it. It's a beautiful.
I know,
it's a beautiful thing to be the guiney pig.
I know.
And the ceiling too. So do you do that in a lot of projects? Just go take it all the way to the top.
We do, especially small rooms.
Okay.
So like powder baths, bars, things like that. We'll just wrap the whole room in it.
Oh.
Not usually in a dining room or living room where you've got, because you kind of need a break. So yeah, in smaller areas we do.
Oh my goodness, and this
Isn't that
light
fun?
finisher, it's so fun. It's like a perfect welcome. You know, you want to welcome someone in and be like, come on, have a drink.
Exactly.
Well, I can't. Oh,
I want to take you around.
Show us around. I love that. I'm so
Okay.
excited. I just want to jump the gun.
Okay, so this hall leads to our master.
Okay.
And this paper, I just thought it was so fun. So we wallpapered the whole thing. And
I love it. I love it.
We sit here and watch TV again. It's all down. So I can't sell this to clients very often because it's always sloppy looking, but I love it.
But that's the perfect thing to just kind of wake up, have a little quiet time, and
I do.
I love, and all the colors. I mean, do you just start off with one palette for a room or one pattern? What's kind of your thought?
I've always wanted to use this fabric.
Oh, I love it.
And I think it's super old school, and I think the colors are interesting because you've got turquoise, but you also have like that good royal blue. And I really wanted green.
I love
And
green.
so this whole thing kind of came about because of the fabric. We started with that. And then once we did, we thought, you know, do we pull out blue? What color do we want to pull out? And there was something really interesting about this green. And I'm really glad I did it. So it's super strong, and it's great in the morning, but it's really good at night.
Oh, wait, and the green is also...
The green's everywhere!
Well, what have you seen this before? What was your kind of inspiration for this bamboo?
Well, a friend of mine bought a plaster company called Kashi, and they have really old school plaster molds, and so you can kind of design your own ideas with their plaster molds.
Wow.
They'll make things brand new, but this is where we went with it.
Wow.
I've done a pattern like this in a shower with tile on a shower wall. where you have the interlocking square corners.
Yes.
So that's kind of the idea we did.
Oh,
yes.
This is just beyond. And this is super high gloss, right?
I know.
I love it. And the blue and white plates.
And I bought these in Paris on a trip for Blueprint when we were shopping.
The best home store. If you're in Dallas, you have to check it out. There's just a treasure trove of beautiful things.
But we bought an entire set, so I bet we have 50 more of the small ones. So I just kind of did a pattern that fit the walls.
I think it's beautiful, and I think blue and white with green is just the perfect combination.
It is. Okay, come in here.
Yeah, let's see.
This is gonna feel dark, but I kind of like it that way.
Well, it's your bedroom.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, these pillows.
Aren't they pretty? Yes. So we just kept repeating the same fabric and put it all over the bed, and we splurged on our fun, beautiful Leontine linens, and so it's
do the best. They just do the best.
It's a treat.
And I love the bookshelf behind it, and I think it's so. I've heard a lot of people say like bookshelves should have books on them, and I love how you really like maximize that and have a lot of fun plates and things. It's so
I'm
beautiful.
a reader though, and of course I have things on my phone to read when I'm traveling, but I like a book.
A book. There's something about the pages, and I completely agree.
I even like the smell. You know?
The fresh pages.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I mean, look at all the details. Even the brass switch plates. I mean, those are, just awesome. I love that. Everything is on a dimmer.
Yeah, it's on a dimmer, and then you'll see some on wallpaper that have a toggle switch. So I'll show you if we.
Yeah, I love this. And there's just such great light in here. I just can't get up. Now, whose wallpaper is this? It's
Schumacher.
Oh, love it. All right, let's go. Although here is what I posted on my Instagram this morning.
I love it.
This is a door. This is a door.
I actually just put this on here to protect the paper again, because I thought if you use this over time, this gave it that much more protection.
I think it just looks beyond chic. I mean, you would never know that was functional.
I know.
Functional and pretty. So that makes a big difference.
Okay, come in here.
All right.
Let's go into the dining room.
I love this. I love the color of this rug. So pretty.
I know.
Oh, this is. I mean, is this more detailed? Look at
more
this
detail. So that's back to the plaster guy.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, he was amazing, and he did this just for us. So
great.
He just is incredibly talented.
So
we wrap this room in this pale, shiny blue, and I love it.
It's so pretty, and the wallpaper is so fun. Look how you even did the wallpaper on the air vent.
Well, he is a mastermind.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. I mean, look at that. You
Look at
wouldn't
the
even
talent.
know. You wouldn't even. That takes serious skill. That is incredible. That is incredible. And look at, I love all this fringe, and it's such a pretty focal point with the fountain out there. Oh my goodness.
Let's go in the kitchen.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. So in the kitchen, look, I'm gonna pick up my mess.
Got some iced tea going in here. Oh, the blue.
I love it in here. So
The tile.
I know I found a hanger sitting on the floor.
Real life.
This is where we totally hang out all the time, and I love to cook. And then I had a breakfast table over here, and I decided I really wanted more of a sitting area.
Oh, I
So
love
we took away the breakfast room table and added this little swivel chair.
have coffee in the
So
morning.
exactly,
Sit here.
with this really cute bench.
Hygiene, and this is super comfortable too. I love this thought because a lot of times people just eat at the kitchen counter.
I
too,
know,
for
I
breakfast
know.
things
And
like
we
that.
have a lot of other places to eat outside, so we found that the sitting area ended up being better. And this morning, my niece came by and sat where you were, and we just had a nice visit and had coffee.
I love that. I love that. I love the tile work in here and how you didn't just incorporate it. I mean, you went all the way to the ceiling.
And we did it on the back side of this, which I thought was kind of interesting.
I-
But somebody on Instagram asked where the wallpaper was from. So I think it looked like wallpaper, but no, we did the tile, and I love it. And we did the background color of the tile on all of the cabinets.
Okay.
So we found a pretty kind of pale gray to match that.
So pretty. And your stove, I mean, that is like...
It's been fun to learn how to cook on it too, because that middle piece is something that...
Right here?
Yeah, when you put the pan on it, the heat goes in different stages. So you pull it off to the side when you're doing a sauce or something, and then so you have control over the heat while you're still cooking.
I mean, that's just such a beautiful point. But I think maybe my favorite part of your
That's Murphy's favorite station.
Look at this, y'all. Oh my goodness. Well,
he loves it.
How would you not? And you continue the tile there.
I know, it's
perfect
fun.
little dog station. I love it. I love it.
And then let's go in the living room.
Perfect.
And maybe we'll have time to have a chat.
Let's have a little chat.
Come in here.
This is just too
Okay, so this is our living room and den and gathering spot. So we have this big room, and we separated it into 2 sections.
Okay.
So this side, we did a big sectional and an Eames chair and just a little sitting area. Really, it's about the TV.
The TV.
So this is where we watch TV and get movies and things like that. I know, look.
I mean, can you just get over all the colors?
We had to wait extra long for these, and it was so worth it.
So worth it.
I was super excited about the shape. We drew it on the floor out of cardboard, and then made the shape, and then scaled it down, and on the floor it looked tiny.
Really?
And so we kind of enlarged it, and I'm so glad we did, because I think it makes a really fun pop.
Makes a fun pop. I mean, that's the thing. Everywhere in this house is detail, detail, detail. It's like no stone was left unturned.
So over here, this is from our blueprint collection. So this is we started a furniture line this year, and then these little red chairs are pieces that we found in Paris. And I know, aren't they cute?
Well, it's the perfect way to reach
know.
a cocktail, right?
I know.
Oh, I love it. And this is great.
Well, this is nice to play games, because you can have 2 people sitting here and playing.
Genius.
Yeah.
That's always, I feel like every time I play a game, I'm sitting on the floor.
That's right. That's why it's so low, so it's be part of that. And then we did a desk to break up the 2 living spaces.
That's so smart.
And 2 rugs on purpose, because easily you could have kept going with it. It kind of gives it each side some grounding.
Okay.
And then on this side, we do more visiting and entertaining, because that door opens to the outside. And so we can get this is crazy, but you can get like 10 people over here.
I'm sure. I mean, look how long this couch is. It's
I know.
absolutely huge, and it's pink, and it's just fun. It makes me think of Lee Bradswell's pink sofa.
I love it. I love it. It's been really a fun thing during COVID too, to have people, because you can sit there and I can sit here, and we can feel.
We can socially distance.
That's right.
Isn't
it cute?
I love it. And the table. Now, are these 2 tables?
These
together?
are 2 tables, and I cut them down. So this big of a table, at a normal coffee table height, takes up too much space. Looks like a dining table.
Right.
So I cut it really low so that it wouldn't feel so, in your face and heavy, and then added the feet back on again. So anyway.
That's wonderful. I feel like so many times I'll see coffee tables that they're up here and the sofa's down here. There's a mismatch, so that really is so cohesive. I know some people had asked about having a big room and how to make it, bring it back down a little bit. And I love how you split it up with the desk in between.
We try to do it often at work, to find 2 to 3 little sitting areas in bigger spaces.
Okay.
Because it especially for somebody like us, where our children are a little older, you want to feel comfortable and not feel like you're in this massive room.
Right.
So now, like this person, everybody's really close to each other.
Have a relational conversation, but yet if you wanted to bring it in with everybody in the room,
that's
you could do
right.
that too.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fabric. I mean, all of your fabrics are just just colorful and fun, and they all complement each other.
Thank you.
There's so many people that are afraid of it.
It's a very unusual color palette, but it kind of sings to me the way that you've got red over there and pink over here and things like that.
I feel like it just works so well. They're all kind of in the same family, but I know so many people had questions about your fireplace. We want to show them that.
The fireplace is done by Kashi, the same plaster people.
Wow.
And he is a genius when it comes to drawing. And so we added all these little details to the actual mantle. But I think I can hang all my stockings there.
I bet you can. That's convenient.
I know, right? Each one of those little
hooks.
spots that hook up, but it has pretty little tassels on the edge. It's just fun, is what it is.
It's so cheerful and joyful, especially those sconces. Tell me the story about those.
I went on a buying trip to Paris, and I came across them, and I collect Chinese export. And when I saw them, they just spoke to me because I've never seen anything like them. And when I saw it, I thought, I don't need them, but I've got to get them. And so we electrified them because they're really just candelabras.
Candelabras?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was easy to do.
There's just a great energy and just ambiance all throughout here. And the colors, I think, make it, like, what are your favorite colors? Are you kind of all over?
I like everything. The thing is, because we work for other people,
right?
Mixing these type of colors are a little hard to do when you see all these on a table.
Oh, I'm sure some people.
And so I stretch myself when it's for my own self, because I know what's going to happen when all these things come together.
You can envision it, where
Yes.
it's really hard. That's why designers are so important. We need the guidance of people who have trained eyes and understand scale and things to say, okay, no, this will work. Just trust me.
But I wanted this room to be casual, which is why I didn't do drapes. So I wanted this room to feel comfortable and not austere or imposing.
Right.
And so we did Romans, where normally in a room like this you would do draperies. So for window coverings, it just makes things a little more casual. And so does this long sofa made out of linen. It doesn't feel like a living room. It feels more like a family room.
Right. It doesn't feel like, oh, I can't sit on this sofa. Yeah. And I definitely feel that. I mean, even when I first walked in, I wanted to sit down right away. Everything feels inviting and welcoming. Because you definitely, if something was all covered in satin, you'd be like, I can't sit there. I'm gonna.
And we entertain like that, so it works for us.
Wow.
But oftentimes with clients, we do really formal rooms, and I love doing them. I think they have their place, and certain people do a beautiful job of entertaining in more formal areas. It's just not what we do.
Right, and that's what the beauty of it is, just fitting to the lifestyle of who's going to live in the house.
That's exactly right.
That's wonderful.
It's one of the main things you start to talk about in meetings is, how do you live? How do you want to live in your home? How do you entertain? What stage of life are you in? And all the things that go in your home has to match who you are.
Match that. Right. Fit your personality, which
That's
makes a big difference.
Yes.
Well, I'm curious too about, like, did you add in all this molding, or was it already here?
The molding was here, but we didn't have all these windows.
Okay.
So we added these two windows and an opening to the kitchen. So we had to rearrange the molding. This had a bookshelf that went all the way across this wall.
Okay.
And so because of the bookshelf, we had to add the molding. So, but I felt like it just ended up being prettier than a sheetrock wall.
Way prettier. I think people underestimate how beautiful molding is, even contemporary or it doesn't matter the style of the home. I think some of the prettiest contemporary homes too have molding on the walls. And we also have some questions too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we can go get to those.
Where did you get the questions?
Well, between the two of us, we have some great followers that have lots of questions.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead. Well, this is a great question, because I know if I lived here, what my answer would be. But where do you tend to sit the most?
I sit the most in a chaise lounge upstairs in my pink room.
Upstairs.
It's very quiet, and I love to read, and it has padded walls, and so I probably sit there the most.
I feel like enveloped.
That's right.
Oh, that room is beautiful. Oh, someone is dying to know where your beautiful monogrammed bracelet is from.
Oh, I love I get to do a shout out for Ray Miller. She is out of Louisiana.
Ooh.
And her grandmother started this monogram business in New Orleans. And my sister-in-law is from New Orleans, and I've always admired her bracelet. And so she gave me her phone number, and we made fast friends.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
And she came and met me in New Orleans to give it to me.
Oh, that's so
So
sweet.
I got to see her.
It's really, what fun. I love the mix of the silver and the gold.
I know.
Okay, now this is a question. This plantation shutters or drapes?
Drapes. The plantation shutters block my view of outside, and I like to see the whole sky and the whole tree, and not shadows through.
Yes. I mean, look, if you even just look out here, I mean, I feel like we're in the Hamptons meets Charleston.
Well, I do think it's nice, and I would be I would not be as happy with the space with plantation shutters on those windows.
I agree, because you really, it does bring the outside in, and the light is so important. I think that who doesn't love a home with a bunch of light, and to have all beautiful lamp light shining through. I love driving by a home and seeing all the lamps on and being like, okay, that's a place that seems inviting. I want to come in. All right, now tell me, well-priced large pieces of art help, or are alternatively filling large space of wall with high ceiling. So, well-priced art or large pieces of art, or just keep doing smaller pieces of art? Does it depend, or?
In my opinion, it totally dependent on the architecture. Okay. And I think that when starting an art collection for a young person, I understand why people would buy inexpensive pieces of art, but my suggestion to them would go ahead and start trying to save money to find a few pieces to begin investing in. And you can always mix it, but if everything is inexpensive, then you don't have value to it to grow a a
Absolutely. And Blueprint, you all have beautiful art
Thank
in your gallery.
you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Awesome art. There's a lot of this art in here from...
It's a big mixture. It's a big mixture. So I do have some Blueprint pieces, but I also have pieces that are old, pieces that may have value to me, and then I have a few investment pieces. So it's a big mishmash, but art really inspires me, and I'm super interested in it. I like to learn about it, and I enjoy having the mixture.
I love that. I love that. And there's a great mix in here. Now, where do you find your inspiration? Like,
that's a good one. Yeah. My inspiration would come from travel, but now that we can't travel, I'm finding it from biographies, from right now, like our Monday meeting tomorrow will be about artists, designers, architects from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Oh, so going back to that area and getting inspiration from other people in that way. The other thing I would say 100% would be nature. And so I need to be alone and be able to think and see, but seeing the different colors of green, seeing the different colors of blue. This morning I had to get up really early because my husband went on a flight, and so I saw the sun rise, which I'm not a morning person, so I don't see that very often. But those colors, when you see them, you do bring them into your palette at work. So like when I show Kelly green with lime green and dark blue with light blue, saturated colors with lighter colors make a difference in that palette, and we see that in nature.
Wow, I mean, it's really just God's great gift.
That's exactly right.
Beautiful
and water
sky and sea. Also, okay, what are your favorite countertops for families with young kids? Marble versus quartz. This is a question I hear all the time.
I always suggest marble, but I am not a type A person. So if someone is, they should not be buying white marble. So if they care about all the little spots, then they won't like it. That doesn't bother me. And so I like it. I enjoy it. The longer you have it, the better it gets. So my last house had white marble, and we had it for 15 years.
Wow.
We're very heavy, really...
You're a cook, right? Like
I'm a cook,
yes.
and not only am I a cook, I am a messy cook. And I might not clean up the Tabasco on the countertop, within sometimes till the next morning.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't bother me.
Right.
And it just gets better and better, just like an old countertop in Paris. If you were at a bar in Paris, that would have been there for, 100 years.
Right.
So you just got to let it go.
Oh,
But-
I go to Paris.
But if it's not someone's personality and you're young, not only quartzite but also Caesar stone.
Oh,
Caesar stone is a material that you can 409, wipe it off. It comes in white. They can get the feel of a light countertop, and they're not going to have any spots.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's a great tip. I know lots of moms and people with young families are going to love that. Okay, any fun ideas for a long wall and a master with no need for a dresser or more furniture? So, a long wall, and I feel like this question has come up a lot before.
If you don't have room for the dresser, you're going to have to take that wall and deal with it with art.
Right.
Because if you don't have the depth,
right.
you don't want to leave it blank. So you're going to have to, especially if it's long, you might need to go towards a gallery wall. But just right here, this is a pretty big space. There's 6 kind of normal size pieces. But if we added 3 more, you could get a very large wall and expand that. Now this, in what I consider a gallery wall, this is all the same artist,
Right.
but there's no reason you couldn't mix a lot of different things and just use your scale skills and a lot of times I lay it on the floor first.
So smart. Right.
So I can get my spacing before I put it on the wall.
Put it on the wall.
Exactly.
It makes it, now would you consider that a gallery wall over there with
Yes.
the big art and then the small pieces of art?
Yes, so those are different artists, different time periods, and that's a little bit more of a mixture. But I've also done it in where there is no artist there's only one piece per artist.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just my old house had that above the sofa, and it was a really long 20-foot wall, so.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. This room, I feel like we haven't seen this as much on your Instagram, so it's such a treat to come see
I'm
it.
so glad you're here, and you know what? I am so excited you're going to be going beyond the curve because we love all the outside pictures, but we want to see what's going on inside of people's homes.
Well, you made going inside your home so worth it, right? I wish every home, there's so many homes you see that have great curb appeal and you go inside and you're like, oh, why doesn't this match the outside? And here you really just went beyond the mark, right?
Well, I can't wait to see what you're up to, and we're going to keep watching you, and we're going to see where you go with this.
I'm excited. Well, let's go say goodbye to Murphy here because he just seems...
I'm glad you came.
All the details.
And my kids did good not walking in the middle of it.
Oh, that's great.
I saw one sneak by.
Did you?
You didn't see him. He snuck in the back way, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna come in and say, what are y'all doing?
Oh, let's go. Look, can we show them the front a little bit?
Of
I
course.
just think the front is so pretty.
Of course.
And then, also, really quickly, tell me about these pieces on the wall.
Those are Chinese cutouts. They're kind of like paper dolls. and they used them in Europe on panels.
Wow.
And so they have depth and dimension to them. They have little interesting, they're like collages, like what we would call collage now.
Right.
But they're antique. And so I bought a series of them.
Oh, I love that. And look at the...
And I've had them forever.
So tell me, is this just like...
That is a trim from Samuel & Son, and we just came up with a funky little pattern. We thought about maybe doing 3-on-3 or 3-in-1, and I don't know.
I like it.
We just came up with this just for fun.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Just to add a little detail.
And the door is so... Now, what kind of finish do you use on the door?
I use high gloss because we are very heavy users, and you can wipe them down. And just, yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. Was this the original door? Did you
This is the original door, but these panels were solid wood, and we needed light in here.
Right.
So we cut out the wood and added the glass so we could bring the outside in.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And you, of course, have potted boxwood out
Of course.
Potted boxwood. And that's blue and white. I mean, I really just feel like we are not even in Dallas. I can't even...
Except for the 105-degree heat.
The fact it's very hot.
It is very hot. It won't be, you know what, we only have a month left.
A month left, so not too long. But y'all, thank you for joining us today. This was so fun.
Come back when you're not doing Beyond the Curve.
Well, I will come back. I'm ready to get out of the heat here.
I
But this was such fun.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Thank you. This was great.